In this video, tingnan po natin yung mga requested stocks ninyo like ABA, GMA7, and ARA. Are you guys ready? Let's go! Alright, so let's start off with Megawide, no? And the reason why we're starting off with Megawide is because I'm not entirely sure kung bakit do rin ni-request sa akin. May nakita ba kayo? Like some type of divergence or something? Let me know in the comment section below, no? Kasi honestly, ako wala akong makita eh. When I look at this, all I see is nagprint tayo ng 52-week low. Patuloy pa rin yung downtrend natin overall, di ba? If you look at this, di ba, yung usual na high, low, lower high, lower low, di ba? Lower high, lower low, and so on. So patuloy lang yung downtrend natin, no? So I'm not entirely sure what yung nakikita nung nag-request nito. If you're intending to range trade this, I guess you could try na kung bumalik tayo and mag-hold above nitong 4.3 to 4.5 na area, 'di ba? Somewhere around here, 'di ba? Kung if we can come back there, maybe there's a range trade to be had between 4.26 to 4.54. But overall, there's really not much to see, no? Siguro kung gusto nyong hintayin na masabi natin na, uy, hindi, meron ng some type of reversal na magaganap, then you can look for one of two things. Either we start forming some type of inverted head and shoulders dito, something like that, or hihintayin natin na mabasag tong 4.54 more or less to the upside. If we break this and we start holding here, consolidating beneath itong previous area of support na to, then maybe there could be something there when it breaks to the upside. We can start looking, no? Kasi baka balikan niya yung mga highs na naiwan from before. But other than that, there's really not much to say dito sa Megawide. So, I wanted to start off with this para kung sino man yung nag-request nito, if you can elaborate a bit more what you want me to look at, that would be great. Para lang I can discuss it further and we can all learn from it together. But until then, there's really not much else to say regarding Megawide. Next, tignan po natin tong ABA, no? Now, ABA has continued to grind higher despite sa kung ano man yung nangyayari sa index, despite sa kung ano man yung nangyayari sa market, no? So, it's been an outlier in that it has, just grinded slowly higher and higher. Now, personally, I don't see good risk-reward sa mga ganitong type of charts because number one, yung placement ng stop is always very tricky. As you guys know, I don't like using yung mga arbitrary X% na stop losses. So, kung structural stop ang pinag-uusapan, it's really hard for me to determine na, hindi, dapat dito. Just because yung pag-akit niya talagang very, very grindy tignan. 'Di ba? Kung titignan nyo, hindi naman siya nag-i-stair step, hindi naman siya nag-i-anything. Walang ganon, 'di ba? Para ang nangyayari lang is something like that. Parang ganyan yung pag-grind pataas. So pag ganyan, it's always very tricky. At least it is for me. Now, kung yung system nyo nag-a-allow na you're using moving averages or something as your trail stop, then perhaps may mahahanap kayo rito na potential na magandang risk-reward na trade. But for me, personally, I'm staying out. Okay? Now, had there been a chance to get in, would have been either somewhere here nung pullback dito. Tapos, we likely would have targeted somewhere here and then somewhere here again. Tapos you would be out. Alright? Now, all that being said, from where we are right now, kung purely structural lang ang pinag-uusapan, if we can break above tong 1.56 and start showing na we can hold above it, perhaps pwedeng matrade to kung mag-pull back to somewhere around this area. Sabihin natin around 1.5, no? Para lang may konting allowance. Then from there, see if we can start pushing towards 1.88, which will be yung next quote-unquote natural magnet ng price. Kasi wala naman na talagang malaking harang between here and there. Okay? So, that's something that you could potentially watch out for. All I'm saying is for me personally, for my personal taste, I wouldn't be trading this just because of yung itsura ng structure niya. Okay? Now, what to watch out for naman dito sa ABA on the flip side, sa negative side, is if we break down, take out tong low na to. So, that's around 1.37, no? If we break back down, break beneath 1.37, test from underneath, mag-hold, then roll over, Pagka ganon, number 1, we would have formed some type of head and shoulders pattern here. Number 2, I think that's an early signal na baka pababa muna tayo at least for the meantime. Baka bumalik tayo, mag-mean revert tayo somewhere dito sa mga 1.3 na area, papuntang mga 1.20 something. Okay, if that happens, we'll reassess this then. Okay, but for now, if you're interested in trading this, the next structure that needs to break is 1.56. Tas pag from there, you can try to form a trade idea targeting 1.88. But again, for me personally, kapag ganito nag-grind lang, mahirap talaga siyang i-trade. Okay? So, good luck if you're trying to trade this. Kung may hawak na kayo, congrats. Be sure lang to trail your stops accordingly para kung sakali mang mangyari ang ayaw natin mangyari, ay hindi po natin maibabalik sa merkado ang karamihan ng kinita natin. Next, silipin po natin yung GMA7, no? Na itong GMA7, I took the liberty of drawing out yung path na gusto ko sanang makita for the sake of expedience lang. Okay? Kasi nandun lang naman tayo, stuck lang tayo dito eh. Now, what I want to see sana from here is magkaroon tayo ng consolidation. Hopefully, for a little while, no? Hindi yung sandalian lang, biglang puputok to the upside. Magkaroon tayo ng decent area of consolidation para lang meron tayong base na if we can break out from that base, pwede natin siyang sandalan and we can use yung previous resistance niya as possible support to get in and form a trade idea around. Kasi isipin nyo kung ganito yung naging itsura, nag-consolidate lang tayo dito, we break to the upside, we come back, pwede tayong pumasok here with the stop somewhere around that area. Diba? Very clean yung trade, very easy to understand, very, very obvious, no? So, that's one of the scenarios that I'm looking for. And then from there, maybe we can see a push to the upside. Baka balikan natin tong 13.8, possibly hanggang 15.14 or even fill the gap that we left behind here. However, what we don't want to see naman dito sa GMA is mag-roll down to. Okay lang yun eh. Roll down is fine. But we need to understand na from here, kung hindi tayo mag-conso, mabasag na lang tayo sa downside, tumutuloy lang yung trend. High, di ba? Low, lower high, lower low, lower high, baka mag-lower low. Ayaw naman natin na sasalo tayo doon only to see immediate drawdown after we enter. Diba? Nakaka-apekto yun ng mental capital natin. So, yun yung ayaw nating makita dito sa GMA7. So, hopefully, umayos-ayos to, makisama ng konti, bigyan lahat ng tao ng decent chance to enter, and then from there, hopefully, we can see a push to the upside, an infusion of new buyers, konting pullback for us to get in, then from there, sana patuloy na siyang tumaas. But for now, all we can do dito sa GMA7 para sa akin is to just wait. Getting in during chop is simply not advisable kasi we don't know how long that consolidation would take. Yeah, we've seen consolidations that take a year, diba? Or a few months. And do we really want to wait that long for something that may or may not take off in the future? Next, let's talk about BNCOM, no? Now, BNCOM has continued to move lower. And the reason I wanted to cover this is kasi, yun nga, given current market sentiment, it's really hard for IPOs to take off. Okay, kasi number one, there are fewer participants in the market. Tas yung pera na umiikot overall, mas konti than what we would like. And then number two, mas madaling mag-quote-and-quote panic yung mga tao. So kapag nakakita sila ng konting downside, odds are they're gonna cut their position or exit early. Diba? Or perhaps take early profit kahit konti pa lang yung gains. Kasi nga, hindi tayo kampante sa nangyayari sa merkado. Now, as you can see, the last time we discussed this, ito yung mga lines natin sa taas, diba? I purposely didn't put lines to the downside kasi nga I wanted to show you where we were compared to where we are right now, which is at around 9.56. Diba? Honestly, right now, the only levels that I will add is this one and this one eh. Hindi pa ako maglalagay ng downside level because hindi pa siya tapos eh. It hasn't shown an inclination to push higher just yet. Diba? And even if it did, imagine, yung kailangan niyang i-overcome na laki ng baba just to break out of yung funk ng market structure niya is gonna be quite difficult. Alright? So, etong BNCOM, from a technical standpoint, it's gonna be hard to trade right now. Maybe in the next few days or weeks, mag-develop siya ng structure that you can actually trade. Baka umabot na siya sa level na maging attractive na siya sa mga technical traders na naghahabol ng mga oversold, lalo na yung mga severely oversold na levels. But we need to take into consideration na kahit mag-bounce yan, from 9.5, balikan niya tong 10.2 na level, that's like what? Less than 30 cents? There's really not much to trade for dito sa BNCOM right now. Okay, so kung may hawak kayo ng BNCOM, hindi kayo napakat or whatever nung una, maybe you have a very strong bullish bias with regard sa BNCOM, make sure lang na kung na-decide yung magdagdag, it's at an area or level na you feel or you've researched na okay, yung valuation na to maganda based on what type of company at kung ano yung ipinapakita ng BNCOM right now. Kaysa na ipipilit natin bumili based on gut feel lang na quote-and-quote mura na ang isang stock, baka from here lalo lang siya bumaba, lalo na tayong maka-experience ng drawdown, lalo lang tayong maipit. Okay? So, for me, right now, kung naghahanap pa lang ng entry, there just isn't anything there yet. At kung naghahanap naman ng area to add, again, kung may valuation kayo hinahanap, that's fine. Pero kung wala, from a technical standpoint, wala pa rin. And then finally, tignan po natin tong ARA. Now, tong ARA, essentially, we have been ranging in this area here between itong low na to of 1.5 hanggang dito sa 1.83. Arguably, that's a very tradable range, but we're still stuck in the middle of chop nonetheless. Okay, if you're a range trader, you want to buy on a dip dito sa lower end, that's on you, no? For me, personally, as you guys know, hindi ako mahilig sa mga ganitong klaseng charts, lalo na yung nanggagaling siya ng ganito, yung maraming pabungi-bungi. Diba? You know that hindi ko favorite yung mga ganito, but I do have to admit, syempre, na yung volume ng ARA has changed from how it was before to how it is now. Okay? That being said, from a technical standpoint, assuming you wanted to trade this, I would wait for price to hold above tong 1.83. Diba? Hold ng ganyan. Mag-show ng some type of rejection na talagang mag-hold tong 1.83 na to. Then try and see if I can trade this up to at least tong 2.07 na area. Now, 2.07 comes from this previous high here. Okay? So, meron talagang sinasandalan yan. And when price initially moved higher, dyan din tayo nauntog, diba? Yes, we moved higher. Umabot tayo ng 2.17. But at the end of the day, nag-hold yung resistance level na yun. So on the way up, if I was gonna be targeting something, that's what I would be targeting for, rather than yung 2.17 na high. Okay? But hanggang hindi tayo nag-hold firmly above nitong 1.83, baka medyo delikado lang yung kalagayan natin kasi we don't know eh. We could just be stuck in this chop forever. Buying where we are right now, number one, it won't yield good risk-reward. Again, I don't believe yung sa mga arbitrary X% stop loss. So your stop would have to go somewhere here. And with the target of 2.07 and a stop of 1.40 something, it's just not gonna be very prudent to get in. At least not for me. Diba? Remember, it's not just about determining direction. Direction is easy. Pero hindi po porket feeling natin tataas, ibig sabihin dapat i-trade natin. Kasi lahat yan probabilities pa rin Kailangan maganda pa rin yung risk-reward bago natin tirahin para kung sakali man na the trade idea doesn't work out, hindi siya makakasama sobra sa portfolio natin. Diba? Hindi siya malaki yung epekto sa kapital natin. Okay? So, from here, let's see if we can close above 1.83, start holding above it, show clean rejection, then that might be go time, no? I say might be kasi syempre, depende pa rin yan kung ano itsura if and when that happens. Okay? But until then, I would just watch. Siguro at best, potential range trade, nood-nood lang, try to trade this range here, see if it's possible, and then take it from there. So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit konti, and may natutunan kayo kahit papano. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like, and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!